Crazy.
Alright, I haven't uploaded anything to this channel in over a week, and I apologize. We're going to talk about our Vegas trip on here. We'll get into the stuff we got, and then I have a book around here too that's all the Vegas attractions.
Oh, did you want that?
I've got it.
Oh, okay.
Here somewhere. It's underneath a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here. It's underneath everything else. So we'll get into what we bought. The one thing I can't find is a wonderful hat, Vegas Golden Knights, which is red brim, black with the secondary logo on the front. Gorgeous hat. But I'll get into some stuff here, and the fact that the Golden Knights were very nice to us as well. We had fun, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Okay. First up, so I can get this out of your lap.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Zach drove all the way down from Colorado. 12-hour drive, and delivered this for a friend of his that wanted to come down and couldn't. So I just want to show that I got the jacket, and it is awesome. I can't wait to wear it in the winter time. It's probably not a good thing to wear in the summer.
It's really, really hot.
It's a heavy jacket, and that's good because I needed one. And one of my subscribers as well. This is just gorgeous. This is from their first game. And then while I'm trying to keep everything straight here, the Vegas Golden Knights, the audio guy who pulled the clip of my voice that was used before the series against the Jets, said that because I was such a good sport, he gave me a bag and included 2 of these hats, which are awesome. So one for me and one for Gabriel. And then the shirt that I'm wearing, which he also, this was also had 2 of them in it, and has Vegas Strong on the back, and inaugural season Vegas Golden Knights. So that's some pretty fun stuff. Yvonne bought these 2 shirts for the kids.
Kiddos. Yeah, we have got that one for Gabriel, and this one for Adelaide, and of course I'm going to cut it up. So I have some Fun Knights fabric. So she really wants a Golden Knights dress.
I know, it's just when you talk about cutting stuff up, it just seems to me sounds sacrilegious. This really ain't getting chopped up.
Dress, so.
This is this I found at the team store, and it matches the hat that I can't find really nicely. This of course is from round 3 against the Jets. You can see 2017-18, and Jets being blown up. It's a very sharp shirt. I really enjoy it, and it's fun. So that one I got from the Arsenal, not the Armory. Or was it from the Armory?
It was from the one
at T-Mobile.
Yes, because they didn't have it at the
practice facility. Okay, all right, and also this one came from a subscriber. This is fun. So little mini flags. So I get what people are doing, and this is fine. People will come out, and I know what they're thinking is, yeah, if you want to put this up in the background during a video, that'd be okay. If you're talking about Vegas, you want to put some Vegas stuff up behind you, that'd be alright.
The flag's really fun.
It is. I also went out, and I'm going to magnet these as soon as possible. As you see, the secondary logo here, these are just regular decals, or decals. And, yeah. I am very glad that I got these. And a sparkly logo.
Big sparkly one.
Big sparkles Vegas. Because everything in Vegas kind of sparkles anyways. So it makes sense to have one that's all sparkly. Because I needed more Vegas magnets. We went to the Coca-Cola store. And I got this. I also got a cooler, which is around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it last night. So there you go. Coca-Cola. 2018, Las Vegas.
Nice. That's nice.
That is nice, isn't it? It smells really good, doesn't it? Alright, and then
put all sorts of stuff in there.
There was the towel we got from Jim as well.
I had the towel right there. I just put it there. Did you knock it down or something?
Did I? The small one?
Yeah, the little white one.
What did you do?
I just put it there. Shannon.
Is it in here?
No, I put it on the arm of the Chesterfield.
Why did you put it there?
Are you sitting on it?
I shouldn't be. Maybe you're
Well,
sitting on it. No, here it is. Here it is.
It was right.
All right. So that one we got from Jim, who was kind enough to drive us around
Yeah.
while we were there. Can you hand me one of those business cards?
Oh.
The white ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Jim, that's his wife. She's if you're moving to Nevada, if you're moving to Vegas, give her a call.
He told Shannon not to do that.
There you go. Give her a call. Well, I don't have anybody here that I know is moving down to Vegas. So I'm just saying there's a lot of people moving to Vegas. And I didn't do it on the hockey channel. I did it on this one. All right, these. Okay, I gotta look out, Shadow. You're gonna get shot with.
Oh, you're gonna lose the rubber band, Shannon.
No, Shadow's gonna hold on to it for me.
There's 2 of them on there.
Oh yeah, there is 2. Okay, this again.
I just put them on there so they wouldn't get all squished in our suitcase.
Okay, do you want to grab that one?
Okay.
Oh, Lily Bell, stop.
This is
These are different, aren't they?
yes.
Yeah.
See, this one is round 2, game 1.
So Marcia So, and this one is Alex Tuck.
They look like they're made out of different material.
Well, and what I like is it has all of their stats on the back, so you can see where they're
Oh,
at
yeah.
that point in the year.
Knights and Sharks. I can't.
Well, that one's a playoff one,
I know.
and this one's regular season, November 10th, 2017.
So do they give out little posters instead of the little books?
I think so. That seems to be the case. Which is, I prefer the little posters.
Yeah, ours gives out. You get little books.
Yeah, yeah. If that's the case, then they get it better than we do. Okay, you hold on to that. And then we got 2 of these, and I gotta be real gentle with this.
Yeah, don't screw it up.
I'm not gonna screw it up. This one doesn't want to come out.
Yes. No. No, that's not how you take it out.
Yes, it is. You
it's
bash it. Yeah, you bash it.
No, you don't.
Well, that's the girls' way of doing it. Guys, you just beat it up.
By girls' way, you mean the way that makes sense?
And there it is from the... I think this is from the inaugural game. Yeah, NHL Face-Off 2017. This is from the inaugural game. That's the certificate. And that's from the final regular season home game. So,
Very fun.
they gave these out, and I think they gave these out
I don't.
at the last game.
Just hand it to me.
Here you go. You sound like you're kind of being pushy there.
Like, I know that I need to be the one that puts it back in.
This one doesn't wanna. I'll try from the other end. I think they're the same. I think. But I don't know that for sure, so I'm gonna double check.
It's not how you take it out.
Yes, it is. See that? See that?
No, see, it's not working. Shannon!
It is working.
Shannon,
See,
no,
look.
stop it.
It worked. Ta-da!
It's not
It
how
worked.
you take
I made
out.
it longer, too.
I know, yeah, you're lucky you didn't injure it.
No, of course not. Yeah, they're the same one. So that's fantastic.
No, they're different. They're different. Nope, they're completely different. Nope, very, very different.
You just
Okay.
put that one back in the box so you can't do anything
I'm going to
about
show
it.
you. They are very different. See, look at the angle. Are they? No, they are the same. Oh, I only saw it like that. Shannon, you're such a
The
brat.
smile I get when I'm right. It happens so rarely in a marriage. But it's so much fun. We can look through the crowd. We can get like a
I don't know.
we can get like a magnifying glass and see.
anybody on
That's what
here?
I was gonna say. Like see how many people we recognize in
Does
there.
anybody know if they're in this picture? Tell me where you are. That'd be fun. I'm sure we know somebody in there.
A lot of the people that we
Well, I wonder what game
we
that
met
is,
with.
though.
That's the first game. That's the first game.
Their first
October
regular?
10, October 10, 2017. That's their first regular season game. So what I need to do is I need to get it framed, like those ones we
Oh,
see in the
yeah.
stores.
Yeah. So is this taken from like the castle side? Is that what that gray is? See the weird gray?
Probably, yeah.
Because I can't see a castle.
Yeah, probably.
There's...
Golden Knights do everything awesome.
It's fun.
And don't worry, this isn't all hockey. We will get to the Vegas part of the Vegas discussion, other than just Golden Knights. But you can't separate the city and the team right now. Those are intertwined, definitely. Here you go. You can throw that one in there too.
Throw it.
Yeah, here, I'll just... You know what? It's
Don't.
easier if you just do it that way. And then you can wrap tape around it. See?
You wouldn't.
Just
You know
saying
better
you
than
could.
that.
You could.
Only if you're a moron.
Okay, there's no need for name calling.
I didn't say you were. Are you volunteering that?
No, I never volunteer anything.
I know you don't.
Sorry. Whoops. Sorry.
Shannon,
Sorry.
you're such a brat.
It's just, it was the gravity and the lights.
The lights.
Yes. There's a light
Okay.
here and there's a sun back there. Looks like it's back there, but it really isn't. But it looks like
It's
the sun
not,
is
yeah.
directly in that window.
Hey,
We don't
give
have
me
a
this.
curtain on it either. Here's the,
No.
here, just wrap it over
Shannon.
top of this. Just put it over top. Just put it over
Where's
top.
the little paper that
Just
was...
put it over top. Here, don't lick me. You're not allowed. The doctor said stop it.
Where's the little paper that was with this? There it is.
What did you do with the paper?
Shannon.
What did you do? All right.
Oh, you're not going to do your stuff in the bag still?
Oh,
You
yes.
have more treasures in there.
I know I do. We went to the Coca-Cola store. Kim, you need to go to the Coca-Cola store.
Yes.
And I got this to keep my soda or anything I'm drinking cold. And this is so America. I had to get it.
Yeah, he had to get the most American one he could find.
I was like, oh my god, all it says is Coke and Coke. Not even Coca-Cola, just Coke. And 1 stars and 1 stripes, and the stars are upside down. So is that like, does that mean that this Coke is in distress? Because it's upside down?
It's so that you can have it either way.
Yeah, but I'm not going to have it this way because I'm going to end up dripping it. So, oh, and I've still got the price on there. That keeps it fresh. And I'm going to start using these too. Coca-Cola pens. Now, what
Do
this...
not shake with carbonated drinks. But why not?
Anyhow, when I was a little kid, I had a small little pen that smelled like cherry Coke. And it was my favorite pen ever. And I wouldn't use it too much because I didn't want it to run out. But every time I used it, it smelled like cherry Coke. It was fantastic. So these don't smell like cherry Coke, and there's a couple Fantas in there, which is whatever. Well, Fanta grape is okay, but the other Fantas are kind of crap. Which is surprising since I like orange pop.
See, doesn't Fanta have like a strawberry one?
So when you start seeing these pens and videos, it's not that I've got to deal with Coke, especially when I'm wearing a Coke shirt. It's just that we went to the Coca-Cola store, and that's kind of fun. I got this to put on one of my jerseys. By meaning she'll put it on there. I think it should go on the white one. I think it'll look nicer on the white one.
Yeah. That's so fun.
And then this came from Jim.
Kim.
Oh, Kim. I knew it was an M. Never too
It's from
hungover.
Kim.
So we
She
never...
gave us a little Vegas kit.
We didn't need this.
No.
But we can keep it, and at some point, I imagine I'll need it. There's a lot of caffeine in there.
A lot of vitamins.
Oh, and this was from Kim, too. It's the Zelda bag. Legend of Zelda. That is really fun.
That's fun.
The kids may try to steal that one.
The boys are going to think that's pretty fantastic.
And then the squishy puck, that came from Vegas.
Yeah, the Vegas people.
The nice little squishy puck. Bear! I don't know what Bear's crying about now.
Because you can throw at somebody's head.
Oh, we got 2 of these.
Yes. Because there's 2 of us.
Well, I know there's 2 of
And
us.
Kim knew that there was 2 of us.
I love these.
Oh.
These are fantastic.
From the Vegas people.
Again, this is from the sound guy with the Golden Knights that used my voice and said, thanks for being such a good sport. So,
They're pretty,
good sports throwing it on.
solid too.
Yeah, they're kind of fun.
For a funny little.
And then a little set of cards from their inaugural season. 15 cards in this set.
That was from Kim too.
Yes.
That's really fun.
This came from Vegas, from the team. Meow.
That's from Kim.
And that's we never did anything with it. It's
it's our little
lucky
our little, what are these? Chips.
Yes.
It's our little Vegas chip.
Officially licensed pin.
That's fun.
These are of the style as Carnell was throwing onto his scarf during the playoffs. Every time they won, he put a new pin on his scarf.
Yeah, some of them are like this. Some of them are different.
And then we have two of these, two of the Vegas pins. It just says Vegas Strong. And then this is Tyler's business card.
It's a really pretty one.
He's the one that
shiny on both sides.
Yeah, he's the one that. And then of course the bag that all the stuff came in, which is again fun.
Can I have the
and
bag?
Propaganda. Let's be honest. A lot of this is just, hey, go ahead and have this, and they know that means there's going to be more Vegas Golden Knights logos in the background of my videos.
Yes, there were people saying you can put that in the background for your videos if you want.
I know this in particular was, I think that'll go nicely on your wall. It's like, yeah. And it does, but still.
It's fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, if we get into the city of Vegas.
Okay.
I'm gonna look through here. We did not go and see Carrot Top.
No. We didn't go see most of it.
No.
Are we just going to talk about what we did?
We're going to talk about where we went.
Where we went?
We didn't use the monorail.
Monorail? No, we didn't.
We didn't use their transit, their buses.
No,
because we didn't need to.
That were really
we had Jim
nice
driving us around, Kim driving us around before that,
Kim
and
picked
Joseph
us up at the airport.
Joseph Ubered us for no cost.
Yeah, that was really nice.
It was very nice.
Kim picked us up at the airport, and she drove us through the strip so we got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then took us to our hotel. We stayed at the Hard Rock. And that was weird. The
Hard Rock's the one with the girls that are hanging from the ceiling?
There are girls hanging from the ceiling, swinging around on like fabric or
and it makes me think there's a lot of ceiling in this house we're not using. I could probably come up with a couple $100 and just pay a girl to swing in the corner.
That one was really to get easy to get lost in. We had the hardest time finding how to get up to our room.
Casinos are very...
That one was hard to figure out.
They're intentionally confusing to get out of.
That one, there were a few times that we walked around 3 times before we were able to find the elevator.
Well, because I'd recognize the same half-naked girl and go, okay, we started off at her and we're back at her again.
Right. But that one was kind of fun because they had a lot of memorabilia stuff.
Yes.
And so that was kind of fun to look at. Their pool wasn't opened, which was sad because I thought it looked neat.
Yes.
But that one had a lot of girls at that place, so because they had the Magic Mike. Magic Mike was there, so there was a lot of girls that looked like they were part of bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, Kim came. Well, wait. Was it Kim that picked us up or Kim's husband picked us up? It was one of them picked us up.
To go to the Red Rock?
No, and took us to the arena.
Oh, right. Yes.
Or no.
For the meetup.
No. That's
for the
not
Saturday
true.
one.
On Saturday we had hockey.
Right.
So
and she took us to that.
No. Jim picked us up and
Jim
took us to the
right, because
pinball.
Kim met us at the door. We went to the pinball first, and then after pinball we went to... So we went to the Pinball Museum.
That
if you
was
go
really
to Vegas,
fun.
If you go to Vegas, I highly recommend the Pinball Museum if you like old video games and old stuff like that.
We spent 15 minutes just going through all of it, just to look at it.
Yeah, it was
really
a fun...
neat. We played some games.
It was a fun trip.
I really liked the World Cup game. I did really good on that one.
I did well on the Star Wars one. Star Wars one, I had 6.5 million, which for me is good. I know for everybody else, like, whatever. But for me, that was pretty good. I was pretty happy.
That was really fun. And then we went out to Mexican. Jim took us to
Casa Don Juan.
Yeah.
Casa Don Juan was pretty good Mexican food.
Yeah. That was good.
I was pretty impressed with that.
Because he asked us what kind of food or something we wanted to eat while we were there, and I said Mexican. We don't have Mexican. So.
Yep.
There's no Mexican restaurants here.
There's a real Mexican restaurant.
There is one just across the border. We've never been there. I've heard it's fantastic, but we've never been there.
We haven't been to it.
So we went to Mexican, and then we went to the
hockey,
the floor hockey.
Where I got this.
Yeah.
About a minute and a half into the video for it, and about 5 minutes into the game, I got sticked in the face. Wasn't intentional. It would have been a 4-minute penalty if there'd been a ref. There wasn't a ref, so I had to go off. I iced it. Band-Aid put on it, and then I went back out and played.
Yeah, the hockey place was for roller hockey. It was geared towards roller hockey,
which is why we had roller hockey
pucks,
which are awesome.
Yeah, they're different, aren't they?
I like roller hockey pucks. I may need to play with those.
We usually, I don't know that they would work. We usually play outside.
I know. I can get the orange pucks too. I realized
we have some.
I realized in that game that I'd much rather play with a puck than a ball.
They don't just keep going.
Yeah, the puck, it was so much more predictable and it was so much easier for me.
Right.
I was really surprised. But it just that was fun.
I don't remember how many people we had come to that.
We were playing 4-on-4, and I think we had a full 2 lines. So I think we had 16 playing.
5-on-5, and there was.
It started off 5-on-5, but while I was off, they dropped to 3-on-3.
It was.
And they did it because they said, "Well, we're tired," and I thought 3-on-3 is going to make you more tired because it was hot. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was hot in that building. If you've seen it, the giant fan was odd.
They said there was a what do they call it? It wasn't an air conditioner. It was called something else.
Right.
It was something weird.
But
it had some other kind of cooler, and one of the thingies wasn't working really well. I don't remember what it was called. Oh, Lily Bell.
But it was different.
Yeah, but that was a good place for playing floor hockey, so we'll have to remember that for next time. That worked out really well. That
was the Sahara Event Center?
Yeah.
Sahara Event Center.
Yeah, good place and they had a little bar there, and they're in the process of making a little restaurant upstairs. So
that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That could be fun to go to when we go back.
Yeah, that worked really well.
And then
after
we went to the Red Rock after.
No.
We did.
No.
Yes.
No. After that, we went to the practice arena with people.
All right, for lunch.
Yeah. For the it was dinner by that time.
Right, we went there for dinner, and then we sat in the practice arena itself.
Yeah, that's when
we
sat
filmed.
In one of the rinks and did the talking.
We filmed the discussion with Vegas fans, and we asked them beforehand if they wanted to talk, because it had felt kind of like fans in that area were getting a lot of flack from other hockey fans, and I thought, well, this is your chance to answer that if you want, and they said yes. So that was by their call, and it was spontaneous. So when people talk about lighting or sound, it's because it wasn't planned.
Well, I knew the sound was going to be bad because it was just from my phone.
And it was in an arena.
And there were a bunch of people, so I tried kind of moving around so that you could see everybody, but I knew the sound wasn't going to be so good because I wasn't right next to everybody.
Right.
But, that's... Maybe just sitting in a rink, so...
This is true.
And then we went back to the Red Rock, which is where we stayed.
The Red Rock is a really nice hotel. It is more sedate than the Hard Rock.
Yeah, it was very different than
by a lot.
Hard Rock.
It's a nice drive you take through the city to get there. I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
it's different out there.
Vegas, if you stick just to the Strip, the city of Vegas seems like a very small city. And it's not Vancouver big, like it's not some sprawling metropolis.
It's not so spread out.
But it's because of the fact that without all of the mountains and vegetation we got in Vancouver,
the forests. Yeah.
You can just
have all those
square everything off.
and
just square everything off.
Yeah.
And then Nerd Girl here got stuck just fascinated with all the trees, palm trees.
All the plants were so different there. So I might have. I felt like an elf, where he's asking all the tons of questions. Why is your coat so big? Do you like dogs? Does your friend have a big coat? I felt like that because I was just asking a gajillion questions about all the plants.
I have to admire. I have to admire Jim's patience with us when we were doing that.
I might have asked all sorts of people all different questions about the plants that live there, and then he brought me I don't know what they're called. It looked kind of like a pine cone, but it came from a palm tree.
And it
palm tree bush thing.
Just breaks.
It was just crumbles. But it looked like a huge pine cone. It was so neat. And
I still think we could have planted. I still think we could have planted a pine tree or a palm tree.
All the plants were so weird, and they were all stabby. All of the plants try and hurt you.
I've decided that Las Vegas and Nevada in general, that is the Australia of North America. Everything there wants to kill you.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, well, there's one. It's not stabby, but it is poisonous."
Yeah, and that's poisonous.
Oh, okay. But all of their plants are pokey. Even the palm trees, they had like barbs on the stems.
There's one kind that had barbs all over it.
It was just crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I had to touch all of the plants because they all looked so weird.
And then the following morning, Jim came out and picked us up and took us to Red Rock Canyon.
No, not yet.
Yes.
No, not yet. That was the day that we went right over to the arena to meet people.
Oh, right.
We
went to
in the morning.
Yeah.
So Kim's husband came and picked us up because it was so hot. We didn't. They didn't want us to walk across the street. We were going to. They were like, "No, we'll pick you up. It's really hot."
You learn pretty quickly in Vegas you don't want to go outside. How can we get from here to there without actually being outside? Yeah. That's something I never thought of here.
It's weird. We're used to. We don't mind walking a long ways.
But the hottest it gets here is in the maybe high 80s, low 90s. And there was like 112 Fahrenheit. It's like
it was stupid hot.
I don't think I want to go. And the weird part is
inside.
The weird part is you don't sweat. So here weird. I sweat like now I'm sweaty because the humidity. I had no idea the humidity made that much of a difference, but it does.
It was weird, and it was so windy, and the hot wind was really strange.
And then
it was like having a hairdryer.
When we had the
weird.
The meetup at the
arena.
The arena. I think there was more people at the Sunday meetup than at the Saturday one.
I think so, but again,
they weren't playing.
This is why we did it that way, though. We had the one day where we played hockey, and one day where we just met up, and we did that because we knew we would have people that didn't want to play hockey, and we always do it where we don't do ice hockey because that right there would limit who would come,
very much,
and who would be able to play.
Yeah.
And since we did one day where we played hockey and one day where we just sat and talked, we got a completely different group of people.
Yeah.
Which was kind of neat. There were some people that were able to come to both, but there was a lot of different people at that one compared to the Saturday one.
It was,
and I think we had a lot of people that wouldn't have necessarily come if that was a hockey game too.
And it was a little bit overwhelming for me at the beginning because it's like all these people are here to see me.
A lot of people.
That's weird. And
you have to remember we're internet people, so that doesn't necessarily mean that we're super duper social and outgoing.
Yeah, so when you walk in and you see 30-some people and they're all watching you, it's like, wow, this is different. I mean, in high school drama, sure, that's fine because we're doing a play, that's fine, but that I was the play.
It's a weird thing.
And then I don't know
but everybody was really, really nice.
They were.
Everybody was just talking to us, and
I think once people realized that it wasn't a formal thing, it was just sort of a hanging out
and talking.
Then I think
it's kind of fun. So we were both talking to different people too. But people would tell us a lot of explaining how they got into hockey,
how long they've been watching.
Yeah,
they could trace the month they started watching. Some of them it was October, some December,
of new hockey, but
February.
There were a few people that were from other parts of the U.S. There was one guy that was from Canada, but they were from other parts of the country where hockey was bigger. So they had
Yeah.
watched hockey before, and then they
Yeah.
moved to Las Vegas, and then they were really excited when Vegas got hockey.
Yeah.
So that was kind of neat talking to people and how they became Vegas fans. And just about everybody there was Vegas fans except for the couple that were Shark fans. Wasn't
Right.
everybody else Knights fans?
Yes.
I don't.
Yes. And Harrison was pushing really hard for me to cheer for the Sharks. Like, him and the girlfriend were constantly just Sharks, Sharks, Sharks. And I could tell him, like, you guys really want me to cheer for... And he's sending me a Sharks jacket. He realized, he messaged me that he had forgot to bring a Sharks jacket to the meetup. And he's like, I want to send you... So, yeah, it'll be going to your mother's place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fun.
Yeah, that's weird. But, you know... I did mention in a video last year that if fans in California wanted to bribe me to cheer for their teams, I was open to bribery. And I mean, it was all tongue-in-cheek, but all right. So that was fun.
And then Bark Andre Furry came to that,
Bark
too.
Andre Furry was there as well. And that was
He just
interesting.
stayed for a little bit, because that was a lot of people.
That dog was really,
dog.
really over...
Was so excited.
He was
and
like,
there were
kids,
so many people.
kids. And he just wouldn't stop looking around like, kids. And you try to get his attention. He's like, no, kids. No, I'm not paying attention. Kids. So, but it was fun.
Yeah. That was a lot of people. And then we went upstairs.
Had
and
lunch.
Ate, and there was a lot of people that came with us.
And we split
people.
food both times that we went there.
We do. We do that a lot just because if we each get a plate of food, that ends up being a lot of food. So we do frequently.
Yeah, no doggy bags that way, so we get it split in half.
Yeah.
We even did that when we went out for pizza.
Yeah, that worked
we
really
split
well.
that in half. And that was good, because that pizza, there's no way we could eat that whole thing.
That was silliness.
And
so we went out to eat, and then what did we do after that? Oh, and then we wandered around. We went to the...
Well, I went skating.
Yeah.
I went skating first, and then we went to the armory.
Yeah.
My muscles had to remember... My legs kind of had this reaction, like, we don't do this motion anymore. I'm not sure what you're doing here. Because I used to skate all the time, but... You know, it's been a rarity that I skate, and the ice was pretty chewed up, too.
Yeah.
The ice was pretty chewed up at that point.
No,
but
I don't skate using rental skates.
They weren't fantastic
I
skates.
have really bad ankles, so
and
I'm extra careful with rentals.
Yeah, I need to get a new pair of skates, and I need to skate. I would say a couple times a week.
We can do
and
that
get
it's all frozen again.
Get my legs back to where they don't hate me for doing it, and especially my ankles and my feet on the inside.
Yeah. Yep.
That just hurt.
Yeah, that's the muscle.
Tina was going through the exact same pain. Tina's trying to explain to me, like, yeah, it's right from here, right here. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yep.
But it was fun going out and skating around for a bit, and hanging out with people that way.
Yeah. And then we went to the night store there.
Yep.
And then we drove to other stores.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the
fashion mall.
That was a weird mall.
The fashion mall, you know, they have USA Hockey there. There's 2 stores in the U.S.
tiny.
for it, but it wasn't very big. And the only jerseys they had were USA and the Vegas Golden Knights.
And then they had, like, the European or the World Cup ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a strange little store.
Yeah.
I don't think I bought anything there.
No, we didn't.
No, because I just looked. It was more of a curiosity than anything. One of the kids we were with, he picked something up. He picked up a shirt.
Yeah, I got a shirt.
Yeah, so...
They did have some fun shirts, and I liked their little wall hanging thingies.
Yeah, there was...
They have it.
Yeah, there was some fun stuff there.
Jersey City that sells those too?
See, and that's what I was going to say, was if they had a Jersey City in the States that was like that.
It was like a tiny Jersey City.
Yes.
Kind of.
But only at Vegas.
Right.
And then
we went to that Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods.
They had a gajillion Knights shirts.
Golden Knights shirts, which is where you got a couple years.
The kids' night shirts.
The kids ones, yeah. And I saw a couple that I liked, but I wasn't a huge fan of the price on them. Yeah. And I already had this, so I didn't think that I needed some that were very, very similar.
Right.
But yeah, that was interesting, and I think then we went back to the hotel.
Then we went to T-Mobile.
Oh, right.
We went to that
the Armory.
Yeah, And that's where you got the video game nights shirt, and we got stickers.
Yes. Yes. And I was gonna do like some kind of a video thing with the armory, but I just didn't feel it. I just didn't.
Right.
I don't know.
And then we went back to the Red Rock, and we had dinner there.
That's when we had.
We went to the buffet.
We went to the buffet with Tina and Eddie.
Yeah.
And Tina's little kid, who's
Ava.
Ava is the cutest. You just picture like if Elsa from Frozen was a human being and was about 3 years old. I think she's 4, but
yeah, she was just like a little mini Adelaide.
Yes.
Doing the singing and
the dancing.
Yep.
Just out dancing in front of random strangers.
Yep.
And then cute as a button, and that was what a great little kid, and yeah, I like hanging out with that family. I think if we lived down there, I think that'd be a family we'd hang out with regularly.
Yeah.
Probably. 'Cause Eddie was good about driving us around too.
Yeah. Yeah, he drove us
when
from
Kim,
the different stores.
Yeah, because Kim had to go, and so we moved our stuff from Kim's car, or Jim's car. Jim had to go. We moved our stuff from Jim's car into Eddie's.
Yeah.
And that was when we met up with, I was going to say Josh, but Joseph. Joseph, we met at that meetup.
Yes.
And he provided you with his number and the offer to drive us around, too, if we needed it.
Yeah.
So we had no problem finding our way around the city because people were very generous.
Yeah, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Let's see. And then, what day are we on? Monday.
We're on Monday where we went to Red Rock.
And then, yeah. So then Jim
the Red Rock Canyon.
And he came and he drove us around there, and we got to get out and walk around. And I asked him so many questions.
He was very patient with all of your questions.
Yeah. And some of the questions he didn't know the answers for because apparently I asked weird questions.
Yes, you do ask some weird questions. And you freaked out when you saw a little lizard.
I found a lizard.
Just a tiny little lizard.
It was so little, and I got a picture of him. It was tiny. I've never seen a lizard in the wild. Well, except for the little ones that we have here, the little newts.
See, and then I was like, well, I can wander, but then I saw the sign that talked about scorpions and big spiders and rattlesnakes, and I'm like, maybe I don't need to wander too much around here because I don't need to fall and end up face to face with any of that stuff. Because I have a thing with scorpions. I don't like them. And rattlesnakes, same. And so not a big fan of any of that. I didn't want to have to use our travel insurance. This was as close as I wanted to get to using our travel insurance while I was down there.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was really hot. The
but
rocks
were
really hot.
And the plants were different out there too.
And lots of different outlooks.
More stabby things.
Or overlooks. And then it's this whole strange. It's like you're on another planet when you're in the desert.
I had to touch everything out there too.
And just the way that the rocks are all different colors. And,
yeah, that was really neat. You could see the stripes in it.
Yeah, it was really fun to look at.
That was really cool.
If it wasn't so bloody hot, I think we would have done one of the trails.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I was saying. If we came back like in winter, I would love to go on one of those hikes.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be fantastic.
That would be fun. But I think we deal with more tourists in November and December. As busy and as crazy as it seemed to be, I think we would have more tourists in November and December.
That could be.
Probably more in our age range.
True.
Because right now it's just, kids out of high school, college kids, and bachelorette parties and weddings. And I would think during December it would be people like snowbirds.
Oh, it could be.
Can't wait to get away from the snow, so let's go down there. And I think that's actually a good plan. Especially if we don't have kids for Christmas. I really think going down there for Christmas could be fun.
It could be fun.
I think that could be a really fun experience.
I don't know. It might get crazy down there during Christmas.
Probably.
Break.
Probably.
I don't know. People can tell us.
But we wouldn't go to the Hard Rock.
No.
We know we wouldn't stay in the Hard Rock.
So then after the canyon, we went to the Excalibur, where we stayed the rest of the time we were there.
Yes.
That was really fun. I like that one.
The
Excalibur, they were so nice too.
The Excalibur looks kind of like a cheesy castle on the outside.
Super cheesy castle.
And it kind of is, and yet
it's definitely a cheesy castle.
It had an arcade.
Really fun,
so the fact that it had an arcade meant that that's our style. We don't like gambling, But we'll
No.
play at an arcade for hours. That's
Yeah.
fine with us.
The arcade was really fun.
And
they were really nice there, too, though.
yes, the Excalibur, we had no problem with finding guys who take our bags for us.
That was very
I don't remember
helpful.
getting that offer at the Hard
No,
Rock or the Red Rock.
We didn't. That was so nice. They took them at the car, and then they brought them up to our room after we were all checked in, so we didn't have to have our bags with us while we were checking in, with all the hundreds of other people checking in. There were so many people checking in at the same time.
It was bad.
That was a lot of people.
Really bad.
But we didn't have to have our bags, so that was nice.
That definitely
I
helps.
liked the Excalibur. That one was really nice.
The Excalibur was fun. Now, the Excalibur also, though, we had a giant pool tub in our room. It wasn't a hot tub or a jacuzzi.
No,
it was a pool tub.
It's just a bathtub. It doesn't have jets or anything.
But it had 2 seats in it, and it was clearly meant for you could get 4 people into it.
Yes.
And it had been turned off.
The water had been turned off.
The water had been turned off, and according to downstairs, it had been because there was a leak in the tub. There was no leak in the tub.
No, so they just came and turned it on.
And so I was
No
kind
big
of
deal, and then it was on.
I was kind of aggravated by the fact it was turned off in the desks. They're like, yeah, it's got a leak in it. No, it doesn't. But when you've got 4,000 rooms in a hotel,
Yeah, that would be a lot. But they turned it right back on, and then I was able to use the big tub.
Yeah, that was fun.
Which is nice when it's so bloody hot out.
See, and then the thing was that we were in it, and all I could think was, we haven't had a chance to really sit down and relax. And then I couldn't really relax too much because I still had other stuff to do.
Yeah, well, we tried to fit so much into our trip.
Because at the Red Rock, the internet was crap. So
Yeah,
uploading a video was awful.
It was terrible, and that was the nicest hotel we stayed in, though.
Yes, but the internet was crap.
The pool at that one was really pretty.
The internet at Excalibur was
the pool.
fantastic. Of the 3 we stayed at, the
was.
Wi-Fi at the Excalibur was the best. It's an open one, so, there's always the warnings if somebody could steal your information. But, I don't know who would want my information. I really don't understand. But it was a very, it was a fun hotel to stay at. And I think of the 3 we stayed at, I think that's the one I'd be most likely to go back to.
Yeah. That was fun too. Red Rock was really nice too, though.
Ugh. Rock was very nice. If I didn't have to do
different.
YouTube videos, then that'd be the one.
The Wi-Fi was really frustrating.
But the Wi-Fi was a very tough deal at that one. And the one thing with your hotel experience in Vegas is they try to make sure that if you're at one of the big hotels, you don't need to go outside.
No, that was neat with
everything's in the
Excalibur,
hotel, but
there's stores.
But it's expensive.
Yeah, it depends though. So when we were staying in Excalibur, they had so many restaurants, but a bunch of them were regular restaurants. They had the nice sit-down ones.
Yep.
But they had the Johnny Rockets there. They had Popeye's chicken.
Yep.
And the Krispy Kreme and cinnamon. Those were all normal priced. Oh, at the Hard Rock, we tried Dunkin' Donuts. Those aren't good. Those are crappy donuts.
America might run on Dunkin'. I don't. Krispy Kreme is much better.
Yeah. But the ladies that worked at Dunkin' Donut were very nice.
They were nice. The staff was very nice.
It just didn't taste very good.
The donuts weren't great.
No. Krispy Kreme were very good, though.
So of the 3, including Timmy's from up here, I prefer Timmy's.
Yes, absolutely.
Tim Hortons, best donuts.
Yes.
Sorry, U.S. We have the best donuts. Many apologies.
Yeah, agreed. But anyway, so not everything was expensive at the hotel. It depended on the hotel. Some of the hotels, it seemed like everything was expensive. The drinks were crazy expensive.
Drinks are expensive.
Wow.
About $11 each for those strawberry margaritas.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
They're kind of pricey.
Yeah, that was a lot. I was like, wow, margarita for $11?
I was a little surprised when he tells me the price. Really?
It'll be how much?
Yeah.
Okie dokie then.
Okay.
That'll lead into your tip. But we didn't spend a lot of money compared to what I think a lot of people do. But we stayed away from the gambling.
Yeah.
For the most part, I came out down I think at $2 or $1.50 for the week, and I think I gambled a total of $25. If it was even it was about 20. No, I didn't gamble 25.
No.
I gambled about 4.
Yeah, you put it in there, but you didn't actually.
Yeah, I gambled about $4 altogether, and I cashed out as soon as one machine was above what I'd put in. Yeah. I did 2 more rolls, and I'm like, all right, that's done. But the machines. The one thing I noticed too was you'll have ones that say penny, but they're not penny
so
machines.
Weird.
It's 75 cents. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, it's a cent for credit,
Penny per
but
credit,
it's
but you have
75,
to do 75
credits to do a spin.
That's so weird.
So it's 75 cents a spin, but by putting that penny on there, it makes it more likely for you to sit down. I watched a guy win $30 on the Big Bang Theory
huge
game,
one.
the huge one, and he dropped that in about 30, 45 seconds. Like, it was so fast. And I saw him get up and leave, and you could tell when somebody gets up and leave if they won money or if they didn't. Yeah, he didn't win any money. So it was definitely a whole different thing. And different casinos still have the same machines in them.
Yeah.
And they'll have them in the same order. So they'll put the really recognizable, like Simpsons, Big Bang Theory, all the recognizable characters on the slot machines are all along the outside to draw you in. And then on the inside, you've got usually the card games around the inside.
Yeah.
But they're trying to really draw you in. Oh, well, we haven't got there yet.
And then on Monday we went to Fremont.
Monday we did the Fremont experience.
Zach came and got us.
Zach came and got us.
We went to In-N-Out Burger.
Zach took us there too. He was a good sport. Took us to In-N-Out Burger first.
Yeah.
That's when we had the thunderstorm.
Yeah, and power went out twice when we were at In-N-Out.
Yeah, I didn't care as long as our food had already been made. I didn't care if it went out and stayed out. But when your food's being made, you care. It was...
I liked the French fries.
The French fries were good. I thought the burger was good too. It's greasy.
Yeah.
It's a greasy burger, but it's pretty good.
We had the Neapolitan shakes. Those were pretty good.
Yes, by recommendation, a subscriber said, I want you guys to go there and eat In-N-Out Burger. And
the shakes were really good.
He gave us money.
That animal style, I wasn't a fan of.
The animal style is weird, but...
That was bizarre.
But I think that's because of the American cheese.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of American cheese. That stuff's weird.
Yeah, most up here it'll be
like
cheddar.
plastic.
Cheddar and mozzarella are the dominant cheese up here. I don't think we have American cheese up here.
No.
I haven't seen it.
So. It's definitely not called American cheese. Well, we have cheese slices, but they're different.
Yep.
They don't look so plasticky.
No,
and it tastes different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah. I think In-N-Out Burger might have been one of my favorite places that we ate. The buffet was pretty damn good, though.
That was fun.
Because it's just keep going back.
Food. That was really good.
The Mexican food was pretty good, too. A lot of good places to eat in Vegas. And now we're into Tuesday. Well, the Fremont, I guess we could talk a bit about Fremont. So we get to Fremont, and the thunderstorm.
Rain.
The thunderstorm's passing through, and it's just pouring. There's huge... lakes of rushing water around us.
Rivers down the street.
And I'm just stepping over it, stepping through it. I don't care. I'm used to rain. I'm used to water.
So we just walked in the rain.
So I'm just like, all right, because at least it's warm.
Yeah.
It was still like 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Shower.
So I was like, all right, well, if it's still going to be, because I didn't have a jacket or anything. So I'm like, all right, well, as long as it's still warm. And then we went by, we went by this one bar. And I felt bad because it had girls working in their underwear.
It was
weird. They're outside in the rain in their
underwear.
And there's nobody because everybody's just hiding from the rain.
Everybody was standing on the sides in the openings of all of the
they were under all
casinos.
the awnings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was raining so much, so you get soaking wet. And when you walk by the casinos, their air conditioning is blasting, so it was actually cold when you walked by the casinos.
Yep.
And there were weird stores that just sell crap. A lot of those.
Yeah,
a lot of people just standing on the side, so not really walking through the streets.
No, it was interesting.
And they had
then there were the
ceiling with the lights.
The naked girls.
There were naked girls. They lost their clothes. I think they dissolved.
I don't understand.
I said that out loud, and this lady started laughing.
I don't understand because they were just wearing their underwear, well, G-strings. And they had tape over their boobs, so they weren't technically topless. Technically, it was just weird.
It was really weird
because they didn't look very old either. So I made sure my glance went the other way before Zach's wife would have had to have a chat with me because she's a cop. So yeah, I made sure I wasn't looking in that direction for more than a second and a half. And then when I got a drink from the the girl in her underwear.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad. Because it's like
What
nobody's
a
going
weird
there.
Work outfit.
And you're already
So bizarre.
kind of throwing your dignity out the window at work. And now you're not making any money. So I got a drink in a really tall glass.
Really, really tall.
It was the Golden Gate bar or
Something.
Golden Gate standing bar or something like that. But she wasn't even all that pleasant with me, which was the funny thing. Because I thought, I'm the one customer you got. You could at least be pleasant. But she was okay, but not as happy as she should have been. I shouldn't have given her a tip.
Because she was at work. Whatever. No.
No, when it's the service industry.
I know.
You're supposed to be
She
there
was
to...
miserable. She was in bra and underwear and it's pouring rain.
I know.
She was miserable.
I know. I don't blame her for being somewhat miserable.
But yeah, got soaking wet.
But yeah, we got
Bring out
soaked.
my shirt. I was so wet.
I wasn't it a pina colada I got?
Yeah, we got
I kept getting
colada.
pina coladas because I'm like, that's something we know. We know they're not going to throw extra crap in it. Some of them had more alcohol than others. The one she gave me had a lot of alcohol in it.
Yeah. Well,
So
it tasted like it had a lot of
it did, and
alcohol.
yet I wasn't really drunk.
No, you couldn't feel it, but it tasted like it had a lot
Yeah,
of
it did.
alcohol. It was kind of weird.
So we did the Fremont thing, and then we went home to
back
Excalibur.
to Excalibur. And we played at the No, the arcade was closed.
Yes, the arcade was
that's when
closed.
you played on the slots a little bit.
Yes.
Before we went back up to our room.
Yeah, that was when I won the $3, which
Yeah.
I was all happy about.
Yeah.
So I won $3 after losing a couple bucks before that. So I was behind, but not as behind as I could have been.
True.
And then we're up to Tuesday.
Yep, Tuesday. Tuesday we went to the Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam.
We went on one of those tours where the bus comes and picks you up at your hotel. And you drive there and they do little stops along the way.
Yep.
And he tells you random stuff.
Sometimes you understand them and sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just bar 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 bar. Oh, there's music and I don't know what's going. I can't hear them. It's too loud.
Yeah, but it does different stops. We stopped on the creepy bridge that you always see pictures of.
Huge bridge. The Pat Tillman Bridge. And I went out on it so I could get some pictures of the dam. I held onto my phone so tight so I wouldn't drop it because it would have been dead. This phone would have been dead if it had fallen off there. That case wouldn't have done it. That case, and there's not like I would have been able to get it anyways. No.
I didn't go on the bridge because that was a really creepy.
Yeah, no,
bridge.
she'd had enough. She was like, nope.
I went a little way. I wasn't the only one that wouldn't go out there though. I got further than the older guy that was with us. Did you see him and his friend? They got out there, and the one guy goes, "So you're not going out there, are you?" And he goes, "No." I made a little past him though, and then I was like, as soon as you walked off, I'm like, oh, "Okay, that's enough. It's shaking." I turn around and he followed me too. So we decided off the bridge was better. It shook when the semis drove by.
Which is standard.
That was awful though.
It's a massive bridge and it's really
shook
secure.
When there was a semi that drove by.
And it was built in 2010, so that's about as secure as a bridge is gonna get.
I still didn't want to feel it shaking, so
I was
got
fine.
off.
I was fine. I jumped up and down on everything.
That's terrible.
It's not terrible. I'm not as heavy as a semi unless you're trying to insinuate something. She's not saying anything, so she's insinuating it.
Shannon. No.
Me jumping up and down isn't going to change the structural integrity of the bridge.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it won't. And then, yeah, that experience was different. After that, we went back to the hotel. We didn't have anything planned for Tuesday. After that,
no, that's.
So we kind of went touristy a bit after that. That's when we went to the arcade.
Yeah. And
we played a bit in the arcade. We did the 4D movie experience at the Excalibur. 4D movies, they're fun, except you get sprayed in the face with water.
Had so much water. We've been to 4D movies, and it didn't have all of the stuff at the 4D movies I've been to before. So I've been to our aquarium has the 4D theater.
Right.
And I've been to a couple movies and then I've been to 4D movies at Disneyland.
Because I didn't like getting sprayed in the face.
And they usually only spray you once.
No, this one kept doing it over and over and over and over.
And so we figured out how to block it.
So I'm leaning off to the side and blocking it to make sure that if I miss the right spot, then it's going to hit the seat behind me. But then it's going down and then,
It's dripping everywhere.
There's so much water. It was so, yeah. And then there were bubbles during
Yeah.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
The bubbles I could understand during the Lego movie part that they showed, but during
fitting.
San Andreas, it didn't make any sense.
I was like, why?
Why are there bubbles?
It's not a happy scene.
But it was
bubbles.
It was an interesting. It was an interesting show. I don't know that I would want to watch an entire movie in 4D. I don't think I could stomach that. I think that would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
But
they
it
cut
was
out the water.
It was yeah. The water's obnoxious.
And which one was it? Was it Superman that was just windy the whole thing? But I was like, okay, it's getting kind of cold. I was been sprayed by water like 4 times, and now the wind just doesn't stop. So the wind was kind of obnoxious.
And what I liked was too is that in the San Andreas movie they show Alexandra Daddario. I could stop there, but I won't because it's not just that they showed her. It's they showed the part where she dies, and the CPR brings her back. But what gets me is,
sits up.
And it's a Hollywood thing where they just sit up and they're fine.
They're fine. Sit up, stand up.
Oh, all right, I'm up.
Yep.
She was dead for, and I think they cut it down. I think in that movie I timed it 3 minutes.
Wow.
Between when he picks her up and he resuscitates her, and I'm like, okay, she's dead. And then when she goes back, she's just coughing and she's awake, and I'm like,
she stands up and walks around.
No, I don't think her hotness makes her that indestructible. I don't think that's how it works.
Might be. Just might.
But we'll have to watch Baywatch and see, because she's in Baywatch. So's The Rock. So we'll have to watch that and find out. But that was interesting. And then there was something else we did after that. Oh, we went to Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group. So the one show we went and saw was Blue Man Group, and it was hilarious and amazing and fun.
Oh, you saw Carnell
and fantastic.
Before that?
Right. We went and saw Carnell in between the 4D movie or before the 4D movie.
We saw a 4D movie first, and then we saw Carnell.
Carnell.
Right from Carnell.
So Carnell Johnson,
to Blue Man Group.
who is the
Golden Pipes.
Golden Pipes, the Golden Knights anthem singer. Great guy. I talked to him for a little over an hour. I went into full reporter mode during that, which means that sadly my wife was kind of blocked out of the conversation, and I apologize for that. But I went into reporter mode at that point, where I was like, okay, I've got all these questions that I've wanted to ask him, and I'm going to ask him, and I asked him as many as I could, and we talked about hockey, we talked about when he got into it and all that stuff, and that was fun. And then when we were going to Blue Man Group, he told us how to get there.
Yeah. Because we kept.
So we met him at the Tropicana.
Casinos.
The Tropicana is kind of fun. We went to the Venetian before that because he was going to meet us at the Venetian, but something came up, so he couldn't meet us there. So we walked around the Venetian a bit. The Venetian's a lot of fun. We may have to look at that hotel the next time we go down there.
Before that, earlier we
went to the Bellagio.
On Monday,
Jim took us to the Bellagio because he wanted to show us the chocolate Marc-Andre Fleury.
They took him out
and it was gone.
morning.
It was gone. They'd just taken him out.
Like that day.
Jim was sad, and I thought, it's okay. It's fine.
So we wandered around it a little bit there.
The Bellagio's very high, upper crust feeling to the way it's designed and everything.
Yeah, that's different.
The Venetian was fun that way, too.
But
they have
with the sky.
Yeah, because they have like an indoor sky over top of like all of these false storefronts, and it's kind of disorienting when you get up there.
So weird.
You're like, all right, so that's the sky. My eyes are perceiving that as the sky, but it's not. But it's so close that my eyes are kind of getting confused with what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And that was an interesting hotel, and I would be next time we go to Vegas, and we will go back. I would definitely want to go and see that again.
Yeah, that was neat.
Because that was a fun little hotel. And then
Blue Man Group was at the Luxor.
Blue Man was at the Luxor.
Pyramid.
The best part of the Blue Man Group was that there was no Chris Angel. Chris Angel is advertised all over Luxor. We did not see him. I'm very glad we didn't see him. And we saw Blue Man Group, which was just awesome.
That was really fun.
That was one of the most fun experiences I've had in my life.
That was really fun.
That was absolutely fun. Right from the start, right until the end. The part just with the text at the start.
Yes.
And I thought this is to distract us from them setting up.
Yeah.
All of this text is so our eyes are fixed on text, so we're not paying attention to anything that goes on the stage. So every now and then I kind of let my eyes go over to the stage and I don't see anything. All right, I'll keep reading the text. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And they have an amazing show. And I understand that they've done a lot of the spots for years. But seeing it live, it is still a ton of fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And then after we got a selfie taken with the
With
smart
one
member of the Blue Man Group.
one
He's
of the-
portrayed as being the leader, kind of.
Yeah.
Because he's the middle guy.
Yeah.
So, none of them have names or anything, but you could tell that they all had different personalities
Yes.
to the way they were portrayed on stage.
Yeah.
Their stage show, I gotta say, the part where they're spitting out the paint,
Oh, yeah.
and then the other guy just had marshmallows, that was awesome. And then he just sticks the marshmallow on, and just, there you go. I stuck it on there, and everybody cheers for him. Well, the other guy's spinning around and doing all the paint designs, and that was fun. And if you notice, too, they would do the distraction so the other guy could wash his mouth out.
Yes.
He had
I
two
watched. He had
cups,
2 cups.
and he was washing his mouth out, and I'm like, all right. Yeah.
So he could switch colors.
Yeah. But that was a lot of fun. Blue Man was a lot of fun. That was a fun show to watch. And then we went back to the hotel.
Then it
and
was super duper late. That's when we went
I had
got
a drink.
Popeye's chicken.
Yeah, and I had another margarita that night.
Did you?
Before we went to bed. Because again, it's like, well, while I'm in Vegas, right? I might as well do this. And then Wednesday we got up. We went to New York.
Yeah, we wandered around.
And we wandered around. We went to the Coke store and the M&M store.
And the Hershey store.
The Hershey store. We didn't see anything at Hershey's or at M&M's that was particularly affordable.
The thing is it was all melty stuff.
Well,
So,
M&Ms are
like-
covered in a thick candy shell. Surprised you don't know that.
But like the Hershey store, I had said if it wasn't so bloody hot out,
Yes.
it'd probably be things that we'd get to take home, like the fun different kisses and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's so hot out, so it's not like
Yeah.
we could take
Like the
any of
pina
it with
colada
us.
kisses.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Those are interesting.
Yeah, and they had all sorts of yummy.
And then I had the
things.
selfie taken with the girl M&M, which was her. I was totally fine with not doing it, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna stand here." And it's like, "Oh, okay." I'm gonna get my picture taken
He
with
was
the girl
super
M&M.
excited. He's been
It
wanting
was so weird.
to get his picture taken with her for years.
It was so weird
So-
because it's all little kids and then me. It's like, wow. She shook my hand too, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is weird for me too. Gotcha. I didn't try to put my arm around her or nothing. It's like, this is weird enough. I don't need to be put my arm around an M&M.
That was fun.
It was strange.
It was a huge store too. It was
Yeah, it
4
was.
floors.
It was, and then we ended up just so I could say I went over there. I went over to the Hooters casino and bar.
That one was lame.
It was of the casinos we saw, it was the one that had the most obviously malfunctioning machines.
Yes.
It
Big,
had
huge
the
ones, blue screens.
it looked the most dated. I know it wasn't
did.
the oldest
And
of the
for being
casinos, but it
Hooters,
looked
there
dated.
weren't very many girls there.
And it was
They didn't. They
no.
only had the Hooter girls in the actual restaurant. In the casino part, they were dressed completely different,
yeah.
with a lot more clothing on.
Then some of the other casinos,
And-
yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I think Hard Rock, they had the least amount of clothing.
Yep.
And the patrons at the Hooters were significantly older to go with the 80s hair metal music.
Oh god, the music. Oh, the music was funny because I was like, I know all these songs, all the 80s hair metal.
Yeah. So,
That was great. I mean, if I'd gone to that restaurant and casino when I was 20, I would have loved it. But at this point,
it was just
it doesn't.
weird.
I don't. Yeah,
it was
it
weird,
doesn't-
and
no.
that when the casino floor was arranged very differently.
It's a smaller casino than the other
Much
ones we've been in.
smaller.
And they had the NASCAR Hooters car right at the front door, and I don't remember whose car it is. I want to say Cassie Kane, but I don't know. It was weird.
It was.
You could tell it was the real car because you could see where they had taped up certain parts of it, and you could tell it was the real NASCAR. But I didn't. I had my picture taken. The M&M's car was behind me with the M&M's
Yeah.
girl there, but I didn't want to have my picture taken with the Hooters car because it's got Hooters written all over the front and the side of it. So I'm like, no.
It was a
But
weird one.
because it was right across the street from the Excalibur, so I'm like, yeah, I want to. Yeah, might as well just check this out. And it wasn't.
We got there. We went to the MGM Grand first. That one was boring.
The MGM Grand was boring, and I guess that's more of the high class clientele thing. I think.
I don't know. we went to other ones that, like the Bellagio, that one's a more expensive one. MGM, it's the same price as the Excalibur.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That one and Luxor and New York, they're all the same price.
Well, they're all the same owner.
Yeah, but they're the same price.
I think of the 4, I think we picked the right one. I think the Excalibur is the best one for us.
That was a fun one.
Luxor's beautiful too.
Yes.
With that pyramid, that is a beautiful building on the inside and on the outside.
Yeah, it's really neat looking. It's different.
It's minus all the Chris Angel crap all over the walls.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying. But it didn't have as many places inside to go to unless that's in a different section that we didn't wander in.
Right.
Which is entirely possible.
Right.
Because we didn't wander.
Oh, like Excalibur. One. There was a whole section of the place we hadn't gone to until the morning we were leaving.
Day. Hey, where's this? How'd we get here?
Oh, hey.
There's a whole nother floor.
Because again, the hotels and casinos are kind of designed almost like a maze. There's no clocks anywhere. There's no windows, and it's made so that it's very hard to get out.
Yeah, there's a whole floor that we didn't know was there that was full of restaurants and shops and stuff.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was fun once we discovered it and we wandered around in it.
Yeah. That was neat.
And then we went home.
Yep.
The flight in and out of Vegas is bumpy. Because of air currents being what they are in the desert, and especially in that area, it's kind of a white knuckler on the way in and on the way out. It was easier on the way out than on the way in, but it was kind of interesting.
And we only got selected to be X-rayed once.
Yes. The second time around we were coming back, I did get pulled off by one of my bags got pulled off by TSA. And then we stood there for like 5-10 minutes.
It was forever. I went and asked the guy.
And they actually had to go get somebody to check, and it was because I forgot my sunscreen was in my carry-on instead of putting it in my suitcase, so they had to throw it away. Because I could have blown up the plane with Banana Boat. Yeah. Banana Boat's well known as an explosive.
Right.
Banana Boat does make nitroglycerin as well, so totally understandable. It is strange. I understand why they have that as a rule, but it's weird.
I would think they'd be able to test it. We saw them test the ladies' M&Ms.
That was weird. That was really weird. The M&Ms. But anyways, there you go. Our Vegas experience. I don't think we have anything else to add. No.
Oh, we found birds.
Yeah, birds
they do actually have birds there. I wasn't sure. I had to ask.
What got me wasn't just the lack of birds in most of the city. It's the silence. It's when you're outside and you don't hear anything. Like
there's crickets.
Yes, but anytime you go outside,
there are birds to eat them.
Anytime you go outside during the day around here, you'll hear birds.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
And if you're going through like Ravine Park or you're going through, you'll hear tons of birds.
Right.
And you don't even realize just how much you hear it until you're in a place where there aren't any.
Well, I realized it because we went somewhere and I got to be up close to a palm tree, which I never had been. And so I'm looking at it and like looking at it closely, and there's these little like seeds in it. And so I asked Jim, "Oh, do birds eat these?" Wait a second, I haven't seen any birds. Do you guys have birds to eat seeds? And he said yes.
Hummingbirds.
Where do the birds build their nests?
Hummingbirds and pigeons. And I'm guessing that the hummingbirds and pigeons had to be transplanted there. I can't see them naturally occurring in that city. Maybe. You guys can let me know in the comment section below if I'm wrong, but it just doesn't feel like an area of the country that would necessarily attract a lot of
being able to migrate there, because there are a lot of flowering plants in the desert.
The desert must be gorgeous when it rains.
Not that desert. That's what Jim was saying, that desert,
Mojave.
It doesn't change when it rains.
Right, the other one does.
The desert in Arizona changes when it rains. But there were a lot of little plants that have flowers.
Yes.
Like that one that they turned into little poof balls.
Right.
The stabby one.
Well, because it starts out as something sweet and cuddly, and then it turns stabby. Every horror movie turns out that way. Oh, and I beat her in a game in the arcade, and I won this, which I gave to her.
Yes.
That's her
I lost miserably.
That's her first ever. It was like a horse racing game. You just
dragons.
roll the ball.
They were dragons.
Oh, dragon racing game, and then you roll the ball.
Yeah.
I was really good at it.
I was crap.
Pretty awesome that way.
One of mine was missing the ring on it, though.
That's really not my problem.
I didn't realize that until I started playing it. It was missing on the hole. You know how they all had the rings? The one in the middle was missing the ring.
No, I just kept hitting that one in the middle.
Jeez. Oh, come on, you two.
Okay, stop. Stop. See, and he had the run of the house while we were gone. That's why he's being a jerk now.
Yeah. Oh, stop.
See, and now she'll get involved because her sister's all cranky.
And Bear's just gonna sleep through it.
Yep, Bear doesn't care. All right, I think that's it.
I think that's everything.
Including your little narwhal here. I call him Wally. I do. I call him Wally.
Okay.
I say his name's Wally. I don't care what she calls it. Anyways. Yeah. So there you go. Our Vegas trip. And I've got cola pens. And I've got all kinds of other stuff. And a hat that I'm trying to find. And I know there's probably other Vegas bling too.
Yeah.
That since I got home has been assimilated into the house. And so if anything was given to me by somebody who's watching this and you're like, wait, where's the stuff I gave you? It's here. It's just a matter of organization. And yeah, some of it's overly organized and some of it isn't at all.
Like the stuff that I put away.
Yes. So there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And if you're looking for World Cup videos, I will discuss the World Cup final between France and Croatia and the preview for that. And I will say this, I did see the tail end of England against Croatia in a couple of different casinos.
Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting to see how many people were crowding around and paying attention in Vegas.
Yeah.
A lot of people paying attention in Vegas. It was big. And we also watched part of a game at Casa Don Juan.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
The Russians.
Yeah, we saw
that was
the
the
end
Russians
of the
winning
game.
that game.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was
all
interesting.
the people came out of the kitchen for the last few minutes of that one.
Yes.
That was kind of fun.
Yes, that was a very interesting game. So, there you go. I will talk to you guys again soon. I understand this is over an hour. If you made it this far, thanks for all your support. And we will keep things shorter next time.
We generally do.
Mostly, yeah.
We had a lot of stuff to talk about.
Exactly. It was 5 days. 5 days. So, I'll talk to you again soon.